Right, I think we are live, my friend.
We're not live until this happens. Then we know.
Gotta love it, mate. Gotta love it. I missed this program.
Did you say something yesterday that a new one's coming out?
Yeah, it's been recorded. It's going to be a fifth and last season.
Fifth, 5 seasons? I can't remember. I don't remember watching 4 already. Wow.
Yeah. Well, the last one is coming out. I'm sure there was 4, and this is going to be the 5th. It was brilliant.
Who was your favorite character?
Oh, come on.
And more importantly, what would your
professor, mate? The brains.
I'm sure we've spoken about this, or I've just had deja vu. I'm not sure.
He's looking sharp tonight, isn't he, you guys? I don't know what you've done.
You don't know what I've done. I told you what I was going to do yesterday.
You told me a lot of things, mate.
Mate, I'm telling you, a haircut makes everything better.
Ah, that's what you've done. That's why I really need a haircut. You got that's impressive, mate. You've done that by yourself.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep. Everybody said that. They were like, "What? You're it?" And my missus yesterday, she was like, "You're actually getting quite good at this." I was like, "Was I not before?" And she was like, "Well."
That is impressive, mate. I've got to say.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So,
well, you know, I always say the truth, so you know.
You do actually.
Yeah.
You do say the truth. So we've got some important business to attend to. Who was the first comment of the night?
Good point, mate. Good point.
Slavomir. Boom.
Yeah.
Slavomir dropping the comment hammer.
Like it. What's happened to Holly?
Life.
Yeah, life. Nick's not bad. Mid-table.
Top 10.
Don't say yeah.
That's not mid-table, mate. That is not mid-table. That's top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Multiple comments. Top 10. Thank you very much for everybody's fresh fade. That's what I was going for.
Like it, man.
Fresh fade.
What's happening, Sab? Yes, Sab, we need a haircut. We're not allowed to get a haircut unless we cut it ourselves.
That's what I did. It's only taken me since.
Thing is, I have noticed people that I see around who have had haircuts, and there's no way they've done it themselves. They're not all as talented as Mr. Orlando here.
Funny though, like you were like, "What? You're gonna cut your own hair?" But I guess for me, like my mum used to be a hairdresser, so I've grown up like having haircuts in the kitchen. So for me, it doesn't feel weird to have a home haircut.
Yeah, I've got no problem with it if I can do it, but there's no way. I will completely mess it up.
I have no idea who they are, Michael Bruce. No idea.
No, as a 21-year-old man, you wouldn't.
Yeah, this is a good point. This is a very good point. Tony, thank you, bro. Where's the cake, Andy?
I don't even know what you guys are on about, bloody cake.
If it's in writing, it's true. I made a post.
Yeah.
Saying whoever attends tonight gets cake. You promised.
No, I didn't promise anything, mate. Something in your eye, mate.
Yeah, just the last bit of cake. I ate all the cake before.
Whoever's birthday has to deliver the cake, mate. That's the rule.
So I've got a confession to make. Please go easy on me. So after I made that post, I literally conked out, and I can't find that post on Facebook. We're getting so many comments in the group, it's ridiculous. I've been scrolling through, trying to find that comment.
Like you can search yourself, search your name.
Well, okay, so you're just going to have to fill in some time then, and then I'll put what should I put? Birthday cake, and then it'll come up, right? Birthday cake.
Yeah, you do that. What I'm going to ask the group, because we want to do something different today, so that you guys can kind of get a bit of a rundown from the beginning on the trade setup. So
yes,
what we want to ask you guys is if there is something that you want me to go through. We can do it by popularity, so it can be anything, gold, anything, to be honest, as long as I've got the market and I can literally sit down and break it down in front of you guys. Otherwise, I have got a setup that I can go through, but I thought this might be a bit better. That's what we were talking about before. So if anybody wants to, I'm not sure if you guys posted anything in the group earlier, but happy to take requests. Yep, CAD yen is fine. Gold.
So just in case you're new to the show, because we're getting a lot of new members every week, welcome to the show. So this show tonight is purely FX, although there may be some gold analysis thrown in as well. Yes. But this is like a pro. So tonight
we're not going to do any cryptos tonight, guys.
Yeah,
in case
FX.
You're worried because I know people are keen on going back to FX.
Well, I mean, look, we're traders. We trade, like Michael's saying. Let's look at gold. We trade at things that move, opportunities we're looking for. So whether it's FX, whether it's cryptos. I remember when I first got into trading, I was listening to books and audios. People used to trade bacon rashers, apparently. Is that right?
Yep. Orange juice.
Really?
Have you not seen Trading Places?
No. What's that?
No.
Oh, is that an Eddie Murphy movie? Is that an Eddie Murphy movie? Oh, that's Yeah, no, I can't remember.
Classic.
Oh, really? So, all right, let's ask this question whilst we're getting in some comments from people.
Tony wants to go through olive oil.
So, Facebook user, welcome to the show, but please identify yourself. So, first of all, some housekeeping. If you're new to the show or you've just been a bit lazy before, if you click on the StreamYard link, the StreamYard link.
Made me laugh.
Well, go on, you got to share it now.
Oh, he's the Orange Farm Report. There's some Trading Places.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking non-farm payroll. Okay. Anyway, Vilius has just posted a link. So anybody that's new, please can you click on the link for StreamYard and register so that we can see your name. So when you place a comment like what we've just done here for Sab, we've got a nice pretty picture and we've got your name so we can all see your name. Frosty's also posting the link. Thank you very much for that. So 2 questions come up from there, and I'm going to ask you the first one, Andy. What's the weirdest thing that you've either heard about people trading in real life or that you've ever had to trade? And to everybody, and also to you as well, Andy, and everybody else watching, what's your favorite trading movie of all time?
Oh, wow. That's a tough, too tough.
I can't believe we've never been there before.
Oh, that's a real hard one. The favorite movie, especially.
So let's go for the other one's probably easier. What's the weirdest thing you've ever heard about in the industry being traded on?
Well, I can tell you, I used to trade like soya beans, corn. What else did I used to trade? I've forgotten. It's such a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, I've actually probably traded most things, but I can't remember of anything crazy. Like, is soya beans a weird one? Do you think?
Pretty
common. Wheat.
Yeah,
I used to trade a lot of that.
Okay, interesting. And was that like a seasonal thing?
No, that's what I used to just trade futures. So I used to trade all of those and the S&P and the Dow for a period. That's all I did. So, funnily enough, the wheat doesn't really agree with me, but I trade.
Wait, but did it agree with your P&L though, mate? That's the question.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, I enjoyed trading it. It was good. I made money from it, but it was kind of like no, actually, there was a period that I made a lot of money from trading futures, but yeah, it was just it was a period of experimenting, let's say.
So on that note, because obviously there's always things that come out interesting, and this is probably a part of your life that you've totally forgotten, and there'll be another golden nugget of knowledge bombs coming out, I'm sure. But just explain for people that don't know the difference, what are futures? And you used to trade futures, and then you went to what? Can you just explain the difference?
Yeah. So a futures contract, I mean, basically, without kind of boring you, but like they started years ago to protect farmers. So you could lock in a price today and then buy it in the future. So that's why it was called a futures. But over time, it just became a speculative instrument. So even though technically that's what it is, you have the cash price and then you have the futures price. And the futures price is basically pricing in what so like, let's say, for example, we could trade September contract or March contract. It will price in what the likelihood is going to be worth in 2 or 3 months. But essentially, we were trading it just like you trade FX. There's big differences, though. Firstly, liquidity. It's not like FX. It's not 24/7 liquidity. In fact, there was really a very small period where you could day trade it, and the rest would be like, if you want to swing trade it, that was fine. But it was literally a couple of hours where it'd open during the sort of US time, and you could trade it and make some money from it. Like I'd just scalp it. That's what I was doing. I was doing a lot of trades though. There was a company called Futures Betting, and then it became something like it changed its name. Pro Spreads. I don't know if anybody's traded futures, but the spreads were quite big. No, they weren't big, but the commissions were quite high. And I traded through them because they were doing something really clever. And I still think they're around. I think it's Pro Spreads now. It used to be futures betting. But I used to put so many trades through. They used to send me stuff all the time, like presents. Like,
okay, that's another question.
A Mason, for example, I'd get these massive hampers just coming through the door. First time I got it, I was like, what the hell is this? And it was like, but I must have been giving them so much commission.
Yeah. So
I went for it. Yeah.
That's a really interesting question. And we'll come back to the rest of that futures story. What's the best present that you've been sent in the hedge funds, either you or one of your colleagues? Like, what's the best thing that someone's been given? And did you recycle, knowing you as I know you, did you recycle the presents either A, to your missus or B, to your family? Because that's probably what I would have done. Be honest.
No, I didn't recycle anything.
Wow. So you just kept everything. That's just greedy. You just kept everything.
Yeah. No, okay. I mean, no, to be honest with you, like, I can't really think. I mean, in the hedge fund world, we weren't really sent presents as such. We were paid for nights out, like going to like amazing sort of 5-star bars. I mean, I think I've mentioned this before, like we'd go to the sort of top places in the city, all paid for, drink as much as you want, with all the sort of like fireworks and the drinks and all that kind of stuff. And that happened quite a lot. As long as we were making money. If we weren't making money, it was there's nothing happening, mate. We were still going out, but we'd pay for it ourselves. But
it was a different kind of firework, right? In a different part of the body.
Yeah. No, but yeah, there was a lot of sort of bonuses thrown around. I mean, I saw people getting like I mean, watches, for example, but that I was a junior at that time, so that didn't happen to me. But yeah, but like I mean, you know, the guys that were sort of that were trading big size accounts, yeah, they would get stuff. But mostly, that I experienced, it was like nights out, and I was more than happy with that. And little trips. We got we were paid all in to go. We went to a place in Spain. It was the nuts. I can't remember the name. It was near the bad place, but it was a little island. Not want to say bad place. What's it called?
Well, you kind of just did, but never mind. We'll scratch that bit.
I forgot what it's called. Anyway, but no, I mean, yeah. So we did that as well in the hedge fund. That was a great laugh. But yeah, that was more kind of trips and events more than anything else. Interesting.
And a few people are coming in with different films. So Daryl, thank you very much for tuning in. Big Shorts, awesome movie. Sab saying Big Shorts as well. We've got a few for Wolf of Wall Street. How realistic was movies like Wolf of Wall Street? Obviously, having been in that industry and describing a bit of what you've just said, how realistic was that movie for someone like you who's been in that world? Like, or was it like, oh, this is absolute crap? This is just so fabricated.
Well,
or were there parts of it that you were like, oh yeah, okay, they've got that kind of spot on?
No, I mean, what Wolf of Wall Street isn't really trading; it was really selling. So, and apparently, you know, Jordan Belfort said it was pretty much accurate.
Well, he's gonna, isn't he?
What's that?
He's gonna. We can't really take his word as gospel, can we?
No, but I can't see a massive reason why he'd lie about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, but yeah, I mean, like whenever there's sort of like the kind of pressure that you get in that world and loads of money being made, you're always going to have that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, in our sort of world, that we didn't really do that. We weren't throwing midgets around on a dartboard.
That's what I was trying to get to, mate. That was the bit I was trying to get to. So thanks for just bringing it straight out.
No, we didn't do that.
Apologies if you're vertically challenged, by the way. That is an official word apparently, so all good.
Oh, there you go. Lucky for me that it is an official word. I can get in a lot of trouble when I'm on a live because I just sort of talk without thinking.
No, it's good. We're all friends here, and yeah, no harm, no foul on that one, mate. So that's interesting. Talking of interesting comments from Nicholas, Gav, it's just come to me who you remind me of. I always get this, random people, but this one is probably one of the most random comments. If Daniela Westbrook had a twin brother, how do you know she doesn't?
I don't know who Daniela Westbrook is.
She used to be in EastEnders, I think. She was pretty annoying. So are we on about personality or just facial structure, Nicholas? I think we'll just go with facial structure, right?
We're talking about a woman here, right? Daniela.
Wow. This will be funny, right? You know, like years ago, you used to put a photo of your face into like these face apps. Which celebrity do you look like? Every time it would come out with a woman for me. I used to get Jennifer Lopez or Cameron Diaz. Jennifer Lopez or Cameron Diaz. It was hilarious. And then I was just like, come on. I thought someone was playing a trick on me. And I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Can you grow a beard?
Hey, come on.
That's a serious question.
I just had a shave. Just that.
Hey, by the way, how have you been doing recently with your trading? Because obviously, we haven't been able to do any coaching.
Yeah, no, with everything that's been going on with the new product launch and everything, this last week has been completely honest. Completely honest.
Thing as well. I think, sorry to interrupt you. I think like what people need to understand is that everybody has these challenges, things going on. We get busy. So it's, go on, mate. What are you going to say?
I wasn't. I was just scratching. I'm listening to what you're saying because it's interesting.
Yeah, no, and it's just about, and also, I think.
Did you wait? Did you think I was putting my hand up to speak like I'm at school? I realised that must have looked like that.
Something there. I thought you were just getting a bit excited with somebody's comment. Did you read somewhere you look like Denzel Washington, and then you thought, I don't know.
There's a pretty spot on one. There's a pretty spot on one. You carry on with what you're saying because this is important as well. So, yeah,
I think there's a couple of little things that are really, really important. People think that you need to be perfect, but actually, it's not about being perfect. It's about how you react to what's going on. That's the most important thing. Like there's times where I follow a lot of trades, loads of them, and I get like alerts, and I get like, sometimes I'll wake up, and I'm just to be transparent, I put my Wi-Fi on straight away to see if any alerts have popped up, and then I'll look and I'll be like, crap, like one's gone, and it's frustrating because I'm quickly putting the chart up to see, wow, okay, it's a bit far gone. I'm going to have to, and then sometimes I fly on my computer, I have a look to see where we are, I stick an alert, go and get my little smoothie, and then come back and hope that I get the pullback that I'm looking for. But I think more importantly, there'll be times where I'll miss something, I'll miss a trade, and it's a trade that I've been waiting for. And I think in that moment, you can get really frustrated and just start chasing it. It's like, oh, it's going to keep going up forever. That's the thing. It's like you can make one mistake, but then it's about how you react to it. So you don't react by just jumping in, because the likelihood is what's going to happen. It'll probably, as soon as you jump in, it'll probably start going the other way. And now you're like stressed out. You're losing money. You should have been making money. Now you're losing money. And then you're not going to, unless you become the luckiest person in the world where it just goes up, almost certainly you're going to end up closing it out. And then probably ultimately it is going to go where it should have gone, but you're not going to be in it either way. It used to happen to me all the time. So you just have to realize that it's never going to work if you keep doing that.
Do you know one thing I have noticed? So I had a little look on Monday. What's happened now is obviously at the beginning, like you're buzzed up and everything's like, yeah, I just want to get in the trade. And obviously there's a dopamine hit and endorphins and all of this stuff from a psychological and a chemistry point of view.
Yeah.
But actually now with the setups I'm looking for, this has been a good realization for me. There was no setups for me that I was no high level setups that I could find. So I was like, I'm going to be patient. I don't have to take something just for taking something. Yeah. Because I've realized that really you only need like five or 10 good trades a month and you get your targets. Obviously, if there's more, like I'm talking about like the stuff that you've taught me, like with all the confluences, and before I was trying to see things and trying to make things happen so that I could take a trade.
So you can get that return basically. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's like, actually, it's like, okay, well, I've got to apply what I'm learning here, but I guess, and I'm happy to talk about this because I've been talking about it with a couple of people. It's that context of, there's still that gap for me of the context and knowledge, experience knowledge. There's the technical knowledge, which is great. And I think you said it before when I posted up a setup about Euro USD the last week or the week before that. And you were like, yeah, actually, I wouldn't have taken that one. And it's just understanding those nuances and trying to match up the difference between getting experience and taking trades versus being patient and applying your mantra that you've said. What would a professional trader do? Would an amateur do this, or would a professional do this? And now when I start thinking like that, I'm actually taking less trades.
Yeah, it's a real balance because people can go the other way as well. So like, and it's something that I've kind of addressed with the group, especially our students, that, you have to be super patient for sure. You have to wait for your setups. You have to do all the right things, not chase trades, all the normal things that we teach. But you have to also aggressively go for your target. And I know it sounds like two conflicting pieces of information, but it's really important. Like, you know, it's a tricky one to explain, because if I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking about myself, sitting on my desk in my hedge fund, and my boss is expecting results from the team. There's no like, oh, there's nothing to take. You've got to hunt for it. So it's like, it's finding that balance. It's like, if there's nothing to take, you don't take the trade. But it's basically go and find the trade. There's trades, there's high probability trades out there. Go and find them, and get that target. So it's having that. And sometimes I see people maybe doing great analysis and it all looks great and they've drawn their lines, but then that's not resulting to money. And that's not in that, I don't like to use this word, but in that world, that's not acceptable. So if you want to be the best, if you want to be doing this month after month after month, making money, there's just no excuses. You just do it. You just make the money. You bring it in. Bring home the bacon. So it's that having that sort of like, you have to be hungry for it. That's the best way I can say it. But not you know, when you start running after trade, when you start doing things like, when you start sort of, when you're feeling stressed about trades and your position is way too big, you're in the wrong place, that's for sure. But if you're doing the right things but not getting the results, then you've got to look at that and think, why am I not getting the results? And quickly figure it out and start getting the results. I mean, that's literally what my boss would have said to me: go and get the results. There's no, oh, you're out. And when we were in the prop world, we were paying £2,000. I was paying £2,000 a month in my early 20s. And I had to make that up and then make a profit. There's no sitting around. You just do it or you're out. So, and obviously that you don't, sometimes that's a good thing that they don't have this pressure, but I think personally, I thrive under pressure. That's why we've launched this crypto course, because that's the best way that I can deliver stuff, like show them what to do to make money. That's what you've asked me to do. And so I take that on and I don't sleep for a week. Literally, I just work until it's done to the level that I need it to be done. But I guess I know my strength, and you have to know your own strength, because not everybody works like that.
Yeah, so interesting. I believe Neil's part of our Crypto Like a Pro alumni. Neil's put, and he's watching on YouTube as well. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Just learned that big companies pay $24,000 for a Bloomberg terminal. Amazing. So let us know about. Sorry.
It's a waste of money. It's good, but you don't need it.
So what would be some of the what's some of the bigger costs that you would have encountered there? Like
we had that was one of the costs. We had a couple of terminals in that we used. But yeah, I mean, the guys that were paying for stuff. I mean, we had an office in Mayfair that was just ludicrous. It wasn't even that big, but they were paying how many? They were paying $50,000 a month for a small office. Like, how many of us were there? There were maybe 12 of us. Like, it was a fairly small office. It was like, for me, it was a waste of money, but $50,000 a month on that, 2 terminals, like $50,000 a year for the terminals, like, just, and all of that has to be paid. So, even though it's like not us paying for it, ultimately it is, because we've got to then make the money. Otherwise, the fund doesn't last. Is Mr. Ben Brown here with us?
That's a vicious rumor, surely. Is he here? Let us know if you're here. That's our client services manager,
yes, Ben. Ben was with me there in Mayfair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Very interesting. Frosty, just going back to the previous comment, and we've got to finish off your futures conversation as well. My missus thinks Gav looks like the lead singer of the script. That's the one I get the most. Even my own mum says that when she first saw him on TV. She was like, I thought you were on TV.
You know what? I don't know anybody, mate. Honestly, like these people.
So thank your missus for that. I've had worse, but thank your missus for that one. I'll take that one. But just tell her that's the one that my mum says as well. So, yeah, happy with that. I'll take that one. Mr. Brown is in the building. Woo woo.
Yes, Mr. Brown. Boo Boo. He's the real Boo Boo, mate. Look at BB.
You said that. You said that, my friend. So let's go back to that. Let's
the real Boo Boo, please stand up.
There we go. There we go. And it's not Ben. Sorry to let you know that one. Ben and I and everybody here knows who it is. Everybody knows who it is. So let's go back to that futures conversation, because we kind of went off on a few tangents, and obviously there were some nice, interesting parts in there. Can you remember it? Because I'll be honest, I can't right now.
No, I was just saying, like, I was just like, the first time they sent me something, I was like, I was really surprised. I was like, the first time a broker sent me presents, and I was like, why are they sending me all these nice things? And I realized actually I must be giving them so much commission. So at the time, they were doing something clever. And I believe they're still around. So if you trade futures, they were quite good. But you know, like futures, you trade through an exchange. I don't know if you know that. And like the
I didn't know that.
For example. So essentially, you trade through the exchange, and therefore it's a real transaction. Therefore, you have to pay tax on those gains. Boom. Exactly my sentiment. So I came across futures betting. Now they were doing something that nobody else was doing. So they had an office somewhere offshore, not the Cayman, somewhere else. Where's another offshore? I can't remember.
There's quite a few in the Caribbean, right?
Yeah, well, I can't remember. Anyway, it was like somewhere.
Malta, another one. Jersey.
I think maybe Jersey.
Jersey's a pretty good one for people.
Yeah, I think maybe Jersey. I think, yeah. Anyway, somewhere like that. And what they were doing is, you'd take the trade, and your trade would go to the exchange, but it wouldn't go via you. It would go via them. So basically, because they were offshore, we were spread betting, but actually we were really trading on the exchange. It was super smart, I'm sure. And so that's
Lorian's saying Bermuda. Does that ring a bell?
No,
I think more glamorous than Jersey.
Like Jersey, but let me see if they're still around. Probably gone bust by now.
Is that a sustainable business model though, or is it just like they were just doing like a market grab?
Financial, yeah. Look, they can. The guys actually Gibraltar.
I said Malta. That's what I meant, Gibraltar.
Maybe Prosper's a train. Oh, maybe they've changed. Argon Financial. I don't know.
Well, they've probably been bought out, right?
Much. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Although Daryl's like, yep, sounds dodgy.
Yeah, maybe. I enjoyed my tax-free gains. I thought it was actually a very smart idea.
You thought it was smart?
Their idea to do that. So like essentially they were making a price for me, so therefore I was spread betting, but they were actually really routing the order to the exchange themselves automatically. So there'd be like a second leg. But because they were based in Gibraltar, it was tax-free. Very clever. But don't know if they're, like I said, if they're around or maybe bought out by this other company. That's a very good question, actually. Funnily enough, I was speaking about this to Nick today.
What question?
Is crypto tax free? That's a very, very, very good question in a very grey area.
Grey. That means they can still get us. That means they can still get us if it's grey.
Well, no, technically, as far as they're not recognizing it. So how can it be a gain? But they will try and get the tax. But I know, without kind of saying too much, I know a lot of people that are making a lot of money, and there's no way that anybody could find where that money is. Put it that way.
Well, we'll reveal more in that in the Elite Crypto Traders Club and all those little advanced things. Nicholas is saying grey is good.
Yeah. Grey means you can do a few things.
Facebook user, please click on the StreamYard link so we can see your name. Andy, hi, love you guys. Lots of love from Zambia. So yesterday we had someone from Japan. Now we've had someone live from Zambia. This is awesome.
Love it. I'd love a picture in Zambia, and I'd love a picture in Japan. So I've been to Japan, not been to Zambia.
I haven't been to Japan yet. Which part of Japan have you been to?
I went to Tokyo, and we went to Osaka, and I can't remember anywhere else. But yeah, it was just when we were traveling. It was amazing.
My missus wants to do the pink blossom thing. And apparently they have a lot of Aussies go to Japan for skiing. They have amazing snow. But my missus wants to do the pink blossom thing. I'm sure if there's women watching,
Funny enough, we were just watching videos of us traveling, reminiscing. That was amazing. So amazing. Beijing's still one of my favorite places.
Ili's from Romania.
Nice.
Thank you for tuning in. Great to have you with us. There we go. Adam with a bit of culture. Cherry blossom. That's the one. Thank you for setting that.
Oh, wow. We've got somebody. Wow. Hold on. From the east side of London. Why are you?
Some people might like that. Some people might find that exotic. Lorian's confirming the skiing in Japan is unreal. I thought Lorian may have experienced that.
Ah, Brandy. I know Brandy.
Not
the drink.
Andy from Zambia is Brandy. Hi, Brandy. Ian Watts. I'm from near Gatwick. This is getting very
exciting. I think, do you know what? We should take pictures of their hometown and post it in the group.
Demetrius has done that. He sends me pictures of snow.
Who?
I can't remember where he is, just outside of London. It'll come to me.
Yes, Dan Tyler from Peterborough.
Boom.
Look
at us getting all exotic.
Yeah. I think that we should do that. So the best picture wins a cake paid for by Gaven.
A cake or a cake?
Yeah, your birthday present to somebody, right? Whoever sends the best picture,
this will be interesting.
Appeals to you the most, you have to send them some cake.
What? Yeah. I would not like to be one of your kids. If I have to pay for the cake on my birthday, that's messed up, mate.
No, that's how it's done.
What? That does not make sense.
I like that. He's looking at his missus.
I missed my breakfast yesterday.
What's he saying, this man?
I've never heard of this place. Have you? Rougely? You know what I'm like with pronunciations. Rougely.
Rougely.
I'm guessing that's somewhere in the countryside. It's like a medieval town or something, right? Ben Brown, here will win Best Picture. If you ever reveal
it. Did you like my idea, Gavin? Because Ben wants to reveal himself soon.
Really?
So I said what we should do is put a lineup of 10 people, and people need to get maybe a poll of 10 people's faces, and people need to guess who he is.
Yeah, Maybe even I'd have to guess. Although
And that's going to help with the algorithm as well.
This is true. I haven't done a post for the algorithm squad, by the way. Yeah, if you can just make a comment, any comment will give us an algorithm boost for the algo juice. But obviously, this is just really nice. Having a really nice, it's been a really nice show. So thank you very much for that. Just chilling out with you guys, spending time, seeing that you're in East London and Rugeley and Peterborough, all of these glamorous places. But thank you very much for spending your Thursday evening. Yeah, Frosty's got it spot on. It could be like a game of Guess Who for Ben Brown.
Yeah, like it. But look, obviously Ben likes that idea as well.
And apparently Nicholas is saying you're supposed to gift on your birthday if you're Greek. So there you go. That's why it makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I bet you don't even do that, do you?
We do. That's why I said that you're
No,
supposed to do that. I do.
You'll find a loophole out of that.
No, that's not true.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to have to ask Mrs. Demi.
Huh?
I'm going to have to ask Mrs. Demi and get the lowdown on that one.
Yeah, you can, mate. You can do
Cool.
that.
So look, we have we had enough overwhelming for the chart selection? I've given it a bit of time, but now I have to scroll through the comments.
Yeah, great. Let's go back and see. I can do the CAD yen because Rico did ask me before, unless there's something else that takes any our fancy.
Another
Same what my feel.
We've got good-looking honky tuning in on YouTube because we're live on YouTube and Facebook. London, hi guys, Peter North here, old adult film star from America. Love the input on trading. Well, we'll have to get Andy to share some more stories from the trading world, and you can share some more stories from us from your old industry, Peter. That would be quite an entertaining chat.
Going back to your question before, couple of my favorite films, Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, not trading related, but anyway, that wasn't the question. But thanks for sharing.
Oh, trading related. There's not hardly any. Is that what they want? Trading related ones?
No, I asked the question. What's everyone's favorite trading movie? That's why people were putting in the ones that they did. But you come up with Shawshank. That's great. Thanks for the contribution. Like I keep saying, lucky you're good at trading, mate. Otherwise, you'd be out. You'd be out on the side, mate.
Oh, mate. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, it's been a week.
I was going to give you a second one now, but I'm not because it's not trading related.
Oh, come on, boo-boo. Don't be grumpy.
All right, I'll say it because I want to. The Hurricane.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that or heard of it. Oh, no, that's the boxing one, right?
Denzel.
I don't think I've seen it, though.
Denzel. Oh, it's a brilliant film.
Oh. Interesting. Cool. So I'm trying to scroll through and find the pairs. I think we'll just go with the first one that came in. Which was the CAD one, right? I still can't see it.
CAD yen. All right, let me line it up. If that's what we're doing. Let's see if we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Let me bring up my pen. Rico, I think Rico's the one that asked for it, so I think he must have done some analysis already on it. So let me know if there's anything that you've spotted on it that you particularly like. You can do it afterwards if you like. Okay. So this is the CAD yen. Now on a higher, I've got to say, on a higher time frame, it looks really good. Let me zoom in. So this is our weekly levels, and what I particularly like is it's very, very responsive here. And so that's already a big tick, the fact that we are here. The other thing that I like is we've got this channel support line that you can see here is very, very reactive, acting as support, then resistance, and then naturally this looks like another point of resistance. So what I'm going to do is, if I just zoom in a bit, we'll just try and get a better idea of where we are. So this is the current weekly bar. So that's obviously if the week finishes like that, there's only one day, then that's going to be, a bearish candle formation potentially, indicating, that this could go lower. And so it's a question of like, okay, how is it going to go lower? Because, this is a weekly time frame, but there's a lot of potential there. Now, what could it do? Well, one thing that I will say is that this, if I just delete these lines, this line here hasn't been touched. So I would just kind of keep that in mind. I just wonder whether this is going to turn here, or whether this is going to go and have another spike and maybe find this next week, because it tends to like hitting this level. So like it did there and like it did there, and it hasn't done that yet. So that's something that we can kind of keep an eye on. So moving on from there, now that we've kind of done that analysis, this one is a daily chart. So I've drawn in my channel here. So you can see we've got an upper point, an upper point, an upper point, and then that channel line is up here, right? And you can kind of see that it's going to be quite close to our daily D as well, if it does indeed get up there. As it currently stands, though, if I just kind of zoom in, we've got a fairly bearish candle formation. That's basically an evening star. Okay, so normally with an evening star, you're going to be looking at this pretty much either pulling back and then going down, or just sort of going down. So when I looked at this earlier, this was one of the things that was like, okay, I think this is going down, but could I be sure that it's going down now? That was my concern. Like, or are we going to kind of get that spike higher and then go down? Not that clear on this time frame. What I can say is this probability is that it will go down in the next couple of weeks. The other thing here, guys, you can see is, what is this called, guys? Anyone know what that is?
Begins with C. I'll check and see who's going to be the first one to get it. Just while we're filling for time, while someone's going to put it in, thank your daughter, that picture you posted, that she made me a birthday card.
Did you like it? Mate, do you know awesome. What she literally said? She came to me, she told me afterwards what it was. Did you read the comment? She said it is it's you and Gaven playing football with an ice cream and a trophy in the background.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And people liked your hair, mate. They said it was an improvement.
She's the only one that knows my secret. I can't believe she let that one out of the bag. Okay, so we're getting some
right. Sab, I can't believe you were tricked by Gaven.
It wasn't a trick. I got confused. I'll be honest. It wasn't a trick.
Well, you could have just gone with it, mate. I
No,
set you
I'll
up.
be honest.
I set
I'll
you
be
up for
honest.
success, and
No, it's fair. It's fair enough. Same. Got them mixed up. I get things like that mixed up. I'm open about that. I'm not going to lie about that.
yeah. So anyway, this is a good example of like, okay, you've got the divergence there, which means that again it's indicating potential weakness. Now, the thing with this happens sometimes where we kind of get mixed ideas where it makes sense that this goes down in this fashion, like pull back down or just down, but I can also see it swinging up to here and then going down. So we've got two scenarios, and that's where it's quite tricky. So when it's like that, I'm not overly keen on jumping into the trade. I'm going to look for more confirmation, essentially. So that's what we're going to go and look for now together on the 4-hour time frame. So let's go and have a look and see. So this is the 4-hour time frame right now. So it doesn't really make sense at this stage, in my opinion, to sell it here, right? Because we are basically nearly on this trend line. Now, what you can do is possibly this. I mean, it does well. Also, it's the weekend, so again, it doesn't really make a lot of sense right now to get into this trade. But I just want to talk in general here. What you could do. So what you could do is, firstly, let's find out where the 618 is, because most of the time the market will pull back to the 618 on this kind of setup. And the 618 is basically there. So I'm just going to remove this line here. And that's the 618. I'll make this a different color so everybody can kind of see it easily. I'll make it white. All right. So there it is. Now, you could be looking to potentially sell if it got back up here to see if this market wants to hold. Now, I wouldn't sell it unless it had what, guys? Anybody know? Beginning with D.
Or does it?
Let's see who gets this wrong.
Does it? Is the second letter T? Maybe I'm on point with this one. Let's see who's got it. Who's been paying attention all these weeks that Andy's been doing this?
And look at this.
Lorian's the first one in. Sab's redeemed himself like I have.
Look at that. I've just spotted it. Like it. Love it. In fact, no, don't like it. I love that. Boom.
Frosty's
that
been
magical. Now, what we could
just for everybody else watching that isn't sure, it's the DTR, guys. DTR fade, to be precise. Sab, you're out. You have redeemed yourself. DTR fade. Boom. Well done, Julie. You're in as well. DTR. Okay, anybody else that types that in now, we think you're just going to be copying. So let's carry on, please.
Yeah. So we could get possibly either a push up or touch of this line and then a push up. And if you have, I mean, obviously I can put it in now, but it's going to be different tomorrow. That's the thing.
That's not a million miles away. That could end up being.
It could be.
Playing out tomorrow.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I could do a little. I could do something right now that will. Do you know what? Hold on. Let me find. This will help. No, hold on. 1 second. don't know why it bothers asking us if we'll accept cookies or not, because basically you can't go on the website.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
have to.
annoying, these bloody cookies. Who named them cookies? Anyway, we just accept these things, don't we?
Some
Cookies.
kid in Silicon Valley, I was going to say. And then that reminded me of a conversation I had. Apparently, Miami is going to be the new Silicon Valley. They're turning it into the new Silicon Valley. Have you heard that?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not loading. Well, the average pips there is 49, but I was going to look over here. Oh, hold on.
Friday.
Yeah, that'll kind of give us a little helping hand. 58.
58.
So depending on where the low is.
Oh, that's almost there, mate. That's almost there.
That's almost there. Yeah,
Whew.
it's gonna be give or take there. And also, don't forget, it depends where the starting point is. So if this goes up a little bit now.
That's a good point. What's the opening price going to be?
It's not far. It's going to be close to that, the DTR. So basically, you could even just you could day trade that. Just there'll be a natural resistance there. You could take a short if it works out in time for you to catch the move. So or you can risk it and hold over the weekend. But that little zone there is a good zone to what level is that? 118.41. I know we've gone over time, but I just want to look at the hourly chart as well, if that's all right with everyone. Swiss, and then we'll finish up.
This is inspiring. This is inspiring me. Let us know, guys, if you're loving this, because the initial reaction is, yeah, it's good, but then it might not fit the criteria. But this is an example of you making something happen, right?
Yeah.
And this is inspiring. I for one, am going to rewatch this, and let's start taking action on these guys. Even if we don't get filled, let's start placing trades. Fib's a little bit higher, isn't it?
Yeah, but you could argue that that's it. It's complete, and now we're getting ready to go down potentially.
Why would you argue that it's complete?
Well, what I'm saying is on the higher time frames, we haven't decided if it's done or not, right? Because we've seen that big weekly. So if it is, then obviously at some point there's going to be a final D, and it has hit the D. It's not like it's incomplete. So that D's been hit, double top, pushed down, and then this could obviously start. If that downtrend starts from the weekly point, then this is going to start to create lower lows and lower highs.
You know what's interesting though about this, just looking at that, is it stopped bang on the 61.8 and the old 200, right? That's quite telling. It did a double top, went down. Look. So where the C is now.
Yeah. Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's an interesting place for it to stop. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah. For sure. It's and you've got like an act. So you've got these old Fibonacci's, and also you've got an actual resistance point. It's like the first time it's properly tested it, and I mean that looks kind of like aggressive down, not so aggressive on the way up at the moment. But yeah, it may be a trade you might be able to just take as a day trade tomorrow and not risk holding it over the weekend. But yeah, it looks good. Actually, I think it's definitely. I will put an alert on that. I'd recommend that you do the same. I think if it got up there, look. I mean, that's pretty nice. I think. What was it? Around 118.45 we said. So there. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, if that just kind of goes up, it's kind of there, isn't it?
That's the daily range, yeah, on the trend line.
Daily range. Old support becoming resistance, well, this old support here becoming resistance, this old trend line becoming resistance. So yeah, I mean, you could, if that DTR is there, that's going to be an easy trade. So we'll have a look at the DTR. Yeah, I'll have a look tomorrow morning.
So technically, you could say that from midnight is when that DTR will come out, right? We'll know the opening price. From midnight or not really?
No,
when
actually from, it'll be 10 p.m, so in an hour's time for us.
And that will be the next open. Cool. So we can check it then.
But it's I don't rely upon it at that time though, because there's a very high chance that low will be lower. So I will just look at it in the morning.
Right.
Because it literally opens, and if the DTR prediction is going to be correct, it means it doesn't go down, not even a pip. It just goes up from there. So it's very unlikely that's going to be the case. I mean, it will just, especially
That's really good to know for anyone over this side of the pond or outside of the UK, because when I do some analysis and then it does change and it's confusing. So that makes sense why that is. So it's better to do the analysis around the 6 a.m, right? Or SAB 3:30 a.m. if you're one of those high achievers that gets up super early.
Do you know, I just realised that they requested CAD yen, didn't they? I've just done Swiss yen. Is that right? I think, did they request CAD yen?
Who knows, but we've got a setup. And this is the beautiful thing. We can look at any pair and you can find a setup. That's the amazing thing. And that just shows that this isn't pre-staged or pre-planned. Give him any pair and he'll find it.
Yeah, you can find a high probability setup.
And that just goes to show what you say. There are opportunities out there in the market for any pair. That's inspiring.
Can I just answer this for Julie, actually, before we go? She's asking where would it take profit? If you want to do it as a day trade, you can go for...
Wait. I would say, what does everybody else think? Let's get some engagement.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So Julie's asked the question, and a very good question. Where would you take profit on this one? So we open that up to you guys. So we've got a few more minutes before we go. We know, obviously, we've gone over the hour. Thank you for staying with us on the live. And if you're rewatching it, like hundreds do, we know that. We see the statistics.
Sorry, mate.
Where do you think?
Lauren's like, I was wondering why my CAD yen didn't look quite the same. I just had that realization now. Yeah, I thought Laura mentioned something, but yeah, my brain's not working. She did mention something about Swiss yen. No, yeah, Laura said, "Oh, that looks like the Swiss yen," and I thought, "Oh, she must mean it looks like a similar chart." No, it was actually the Swiss yen. It's been a long day.
Been a long week, and we've forgot a picture of hunky profit man. Okay, so come on, guys, what do you think? Julie, if you ask the question, you got to provide us with what you think, please.
Yeah, that's a good point. I know it's quite difficult sometimes to type it, but if you just give us an idea of what kind of target you would go for.
I've got my idea. Can't see it accurately, but
fib level D.
Thank you for putting an answer in. Good effort, because this is obviously how you're going to accelerate your learning. So well done for that, Julie. So Julie's put fibs level D. Yeah,
I mean, do you want to say what you would do, Gav?
So for me, I would be looking at the previous resistance. So where's the next previous resistance?
There.
Yeah, same, exactly that. So 117.91, but knowing what you tell me about round numbers, I would actually go for 118.01 to try and make sure it gets hit, especially if I'm not looking at my screen.
Yeah. If you want to do this as a day trade, don't want to hold it over the weekend, just like the likelihood it's going to take a few hours to get up there anyway.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to be the weekend. So realistically, that's mostly what you're going to be able to get on this setup. If you did that, if you got that, you've done well, because there's a lot of hours for it to go up and then more hours for it to come back down. And you've only got, the day for that to happen. So, but if you wanted, if you thought, do you know what, I'm going to sell it there, I'm going to put my stop there, then you could do the fib. You could go for the 200. Remember, guys, when you are reversing a trend, first swing, you most likely go to the 200. Mm-hmm. So I'll quickly stick it in and see where that comes in.
So on that note, if you've got that overextension potential on the 1 hour, but it doesn't show that on the H4, then it's not that likely that that's going to happen on H1 or not, because it's in a smaller time frame.
Say again, mate. Sorry.
So we've got this overextension.
Yeah.
Potential, and it took me a while you kept drumming that into my head, and I get that now. But if we don't have that potential overextension on H4, but it's showing it on H1, would we still apply that or not? Because obviously the higher time frames take over, unless we're saying that actually in a day trade, the H1 is the higher time frame, right?
It will be, it will be the same though. I mean, the overextension should be exactly the same.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you'd look at the chart, but also you'd probably you take the 4 hour over the hour. Let me just stick it on here. Might be interesting to see if it actually just gets to that white channel line.
Yep.
Because that looks like a. So look, that's quite interesting, right? See, when you look at that, you'd probably want to go for that, really, rather than the overextension. That's the easy move, isn't it? Like you got push up, and then that I mean, because otherwise, like, you need to break this channel to hit that. And it could, because the higher time frame is saying reversal, but would we want to be part of that? Probably not.
Then that's the question. So now, and this is very good about what you say before, what's your trading plan? So if your trading plan is to buy and hold, then yeah, you'll do that. But if your trading plan is to get in and out, then no, we wouldn't, would we?
No, because you'd rather
take the quick profits.
That's not even quick, but that's kind of like the person that wants to be in the middle. So what we're suggesting here is day trade for sure, like the quick bing boom to the next level. But
the bing boom, is that the official hedge fund term? The bing boom.
Yeah, the big boom. And what Julie's saying here, that's going to be the sort of in between where you'll probably hold it for a few days and have to sit through a little bit. But then maybe somebody is thinking, really long term, like when you go to the weekly time frame, for example, and you're thinking, wow, this is going much lower, then maybe they'd be just saying, well, let me hold it until we get down here to the long-term trend line, and then that you're holding that for a few weeks. So we've all got the same idea, but all different ways. I would rather just be looking to just take profits and just keep re-entering trades. That's my preference. I'm trademarking that, Frosty. You can't use it. The boo boo bing boom. I'm going to put a trademark on it tomorrow.
That has to be on a t-shirt or a mug.
Yeah, boo boo bing boom.
I like that. That's going to stick around.
Yeah, the boo boo bing boom.
Do you want to say it one more time for luck?
No, I'm just trying to make sure I don't forget it, because I'm trademarking it. Right, guys.
Boo boo bing boom. Okay, look, we're done. Hope you've had this was really good. This was really good. And, the FX market is a huge beast. Ideally, we all want to be in the position where we're like Andy and we can just open up any chart, whatever it is, and we can look to trade it. And obviously a lot of us have started in FX, but there's gold, there's cryptos. We've now found out there's soy and wheat and all of these things as well. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us tonight or this morning, depending on where you are in the world. And yeah, this was a really good trade setup. So guys, even if you're watching this on the rerun tomorrow, take action. Let's start taking action. And even if they don't get filled like the last one didn't, or last couple didn't, it happens. But we're preparing our minds, we're taking action. Excuse me. I don't know where that's come from. So yeah, anything else you want to say, Andy, before we vamos?
No. I mean, if you are new to the group, if you are new to trading, we have got a free course. We can post it in the group. Ben's posted it, but you can post it underneath this as well. So if you are still learning, then definitely I recommend you go through that course.
And this is what we go for. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, guys. This was brilliant and a good laugh too. That's what this show is about. We don't want to be too.
I would like you to pronounce this lady's name, please.
See, this one I'm okay with. I knew you were probably going to try and say that, so I've
go on. Because I've said her name 2 or 3 times now, and I'm 100% sure you're going to get it wrong.
Oh wow! I mean, you better hope and pray that I do, because you're going to look a bit silly now, aren't you? When I nail.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, so if I say it right, you've got to say.
You're not going to say it right, mate.
What?
Go on.
So, if we're Laura.
Oh, bollocks. Oh. Yeah, carry on.
Berezovska.
No,
Laura
that's not right.
Berezovska. I even put on my...
Berezovska.
That's what I just said.
No, you didn't, mate.
Laura, come on. Be honest now. Everybody always says that he does the better pronunciation, which normally is true, but I think I nailed that one.
No, that was all right, mate. I'll give you that one. I was convinced you were going to say Laura.
Well, there you go. Ye of little faith.
Yeah.
I'm 1 year older. I'm 1 year wiser. So that's a boom, boom.
I was sure. I was sure on the trade. I went all in there. I failed on my trade.
A bing, boom, boo, boo. A bing, boom, boo, boo. What is it? I've forgotten it. What did you say?
See, that's why I was trying to repeat it, but you didn't let me.
Go on then.
The boo, boo, bing, boom.
That's it. Boo, boo, bing, boom. See, now that's your thing. Now just leave the pronunciations to me. So look, guys, thank you very much. Yes. Wow. This is very impressive. You're welcome.
She's talking about me, mate, not you.
No, that's okay, guys, look, if you're still in lockdown, just let's keep toughing it out. I say let's, the royal we. My heart goes out to you guys. Hopefully this circus will be over soon enough. Have a great weekend wherever you are. Obviously, we've got Friday to go through first and enjoy and experience. Place this trade, or at least look at this trade and review it. And yeah, thank you for tuning in with us. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the group. So it's that time, Mr. Demi.
Arrivederci.
Always say that.
I hope we are like a married couple. They're right. Tony was right.
Not this week, Boo Boo. I'll get you again, though. I will get you.
No.
Sleep with one eye open, Boo Boo.
He's talking to you, Ben. Bye-bye, everybody.